And we are back.
We're back.
R&R 15.
I remember being 15.
This is our final episode for the month of September.
It is.
And we're recording it on September 7th.
We are.
Right after we recorded episode 40 of the podcast.
Correct.
So that we can enjoy our vacation.
I'm very excited for our vacation.
By the time you guys see this, our vacation will be over and we'll be back in the studio recording.
Mm-hmm. Hitting the ground running.
Yep.
Leaking something, maybe.
Like the Flintstones. Or like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Just jump out and run really quick.
What a stupid show.
It was.
It was. And I got great enjoyment out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be young.
I miss it sometimes. The lack of responsibility. The naivety. The unawareness of the foul things in the world.
Yeah.
Everything really was about me when I was a kid.
It's like, that's what it's like for most people now as adults. Center of the universe syndrome.
Oh my God, I just matured.
All right. So we want to eventually move R&Rs into a lot of interviews and conversations with people. We don't have that today. So we picked out 3 quick short emails. This could be a 20-minute episode. This could be a 1 hour and 20-minute episode. We don't know yet. But since we just did a whole bunch of bullshitting for the podcast right before we recorded this, there's not a whole lot of bullshitting left to do. So,
Oh, I have something.
okay.
So I made a TikTok this morning talking about a moment with our daughter and realizing things about life. And somebody commented, "You're so wise for a 21-year-old." And I was like, oh my God, thank you for thinking I'm that young. So I look 21. My body roughly feels 80 and my soul is about 700. I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, my body being 80 is kind of rough, but
It doesn't look 80.
the knowledge that I have with looking the way I do, I'm okay with that. If that's the exchange, I suppose, to be me, I'll take the back pain and the hip pain and the arthritis in my finger joints.
You know what I got on TikTok?
What did you get?
The video that we posted, we were on the couch sitting together and we were watching somebody and like reacting to them or whatever. Somebody was like, "Is that your wife or your daughter?" Yep. We get that a lot.
You're not that old and I'm not that young.
We're not that, I mean, it's a 10-year age gap. I'm not old enough. Ugh. Anyways, we get that a lot. A lot of haters and jealous fucking people that I'm able to pull a woman that looks like you.
Yeah.
With the emotional intelligence that you have.
I get it from both ends. I'd be a little salty if I was on looking too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
What?
I can't
Okay.
say it. So into the email.
All right.
That was the visual of me shutting my own fucking mouth. Like,
Okay.
Don't say that. Some people need to learn to do that. Not posting your SO on social media.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about posting your SO on social media?
I don't think it should be a requirement.
Okay. You don't think it's a status of the relationship the way some people do?
I think people put too much emphasis on what happens online and not enough of what's happening in their real life.
Okay. I'm going to counter that.
Okay.
A lot of the attention that is happening is happening online.
Right.
The flirting, the trying to slide into DMs, the inappropriate interactions is all happening online.
Mm-hmm. And divorce is over 50%, 70 to 80% initiated by women.
Right.
There's more infidelity happening now than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
There's more domestic violence happening now than ever before.
You know, there was an article I read along with those statistics, not those specific statistics, but talking about cheating specifically and more divorces being initiated by women. Women are the ones who are cheating more now than men.
Yep. And on dating apps, women have 500 times the engagement that men do.
Correct.
There's a whole lot of things that play into all of that. So the fact that most of the attention's being done online is not a benefit. Put the phone down, get off fucking internet and actually introduce yourself to people and like have real life interactions. We do a lot of shit and like we vlog a lot of our life and a lot of our life ends up on the internet, but we don't give you all of it.
No.
There's a whole lot of things that happen behind the scenes. Like, you know, there's a lot. We do a lot. There's a lot that I will never show to the internet. They don't need to see it. And when we post pictures of ourselves on our To Be Better Instagram or even on our own Facebooks, which I don't really do.
I don't have Facebook.
Right. Well, I don't really post pictures anymore at all. Like I have to find content to put on the internet because of what we do. I don't want to put my life on the fucking internet anymore. I don't want to be on TikTok 24/7. I have to like remember, oh shit, I haven't posted to Instagram today because we should be posting to Instagram every single day regardless because it's part of our job.
We should hire somebody to do that.
We should hire somebody to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that I think that's coming. I'm just done with that shit. But if you put your value on how much your person loves you based off of the internet, you have a superficial ass relationship.
Okay. I agree. And I would piggyback off of that saying it's superficial because a lot of people feel the need after the first or second date, post a photo of us. We went on a date, take a picture and let's post it on our Facebooks.
Yeah.
When I had Facebook, my Facebook was, I was known for the memes that I shared on my Facebook. That's why I had a lot of friends on Facebook. So I would share really funny shit. I didn't have a lot of my life posted on Facebook. There was a stint where I would post the kids when they were still in diapers. All of those photos are gone. Can't find anything of my kids on my Facebook. My Facebook is still active. I just don't have the app on my phone because it's all locked down. But people started finding me. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I don't want people to have that kind of access. So I haven't used Facebook in years.
Yeah. I have my private Instagram is locked down. Like I have it set to private so people can't see the photos that are on there. When we go on vacations and we do shit and we take pictures of us, I'll post it to the To Be Better podcast thing because it's our life and people can see what we show them. But like, I gotta be honest, most of the shit that we share with in terms of our life ends up on our Discord.
Yeah.
But like, I don't need to post that shit. I don't need people to see my love for you. Like those memories and those moments and like taking cheesy pictures together don't need to go up for everyone. The only benefit that I see to social media is that it's saved on servers that you don't have to pay for. All of your Instagram will be there forever unless you delete it or archive it.
Right.
That's the benefit of that. So 30 years from now, when you're looking back at your life, if you're not taking pictures, you're not going to have that. And that sucks. But if you're holding the value of your relationship based off of how much your person posts you on social media, how much does that person post on social media anyways? What is their social media like? Are they trying to cultivate something? Like there's a whole lot that goes into that. I don't know. I think that there's so much more to life than social media.
Right. I remembered where I was going with my thought. I was talking about people who want to be posted on social medias like after the first or second date. That's a red flag to me.
Like claiming ownership?
Yeah, like I guess it also depends on what you're sharing on your Facebook. Like you were saying, what you're cultivating. If they're sharing every new experience, like their life is not a secret to anybody.
Right.
And they're posting videos or photos daily, multiple times a day, I could see how that's well, why wouldn't you?
Right. I can agree with that.
If it's somebody who updates once a week and it's all political shit.
Right. Why? Why would you then post your woman on social?
Right. Like we just went on our second date. I've known you for 3 months.
Right.
Nobody in my life knows about you.
That's the problem. I think the problem comes that they want to know that like they want everyone in the life to know that they're with this person now.
Yeah.
I don't see a need for that.
I agree. Especially in the getting to know phases.
Right.
Why would I want other people over my back, breathing on what I have, fogging up the fucking glass? No, I would like to experience something on my own and make my own decisions on how I feel about things and see if this is something I even want.
Yeah. There's an entitlement in that, I think.
Yeah. What do you mean entitlement? And wanting to be posted so soon?
Right.
I agree.
And I actually think that that's a delusional mindset to have. I know a lot of people who will start talking to a person and be in a relationship before they even tell their friends about it. Like they don't, there's a lot of men who aren't like, oh, I'm talking to this new chick, blah, 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 blah. Like they keep that shit private until it becomes something. Because what happens when you're jumping from person to person to person to person to person because it doesn't work?
Then you're the dude who can't keep a chick.
Right. Or the other way around.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that's a foolish thing. I have no idea what the email is actually going to say, but
right. That was just the
title
subject.
of it. Yeah, the subject of it is enough to invoke conversation for 11 minutes.
All right. So my partner and I have been together for 4 years and have 3 children together. We have had an ongoing battle with social media since day one. So this has been an issue since day one. And you were like, yeah, let's have a kid.
3 of them.
Well, there was the first child, and then the argument continued, recognizing that this is a massive roadblock in the relationship. Let's have a second one.
I don't think the roadblock is as big as that, though. It shouldn't be. It's social media. Like, who really gives a shit? You guys put too much fucking stock in the internet, man.
I don't know, man. If it's an ongoing issue since day one, I view that as a massive roadblock. It's been 4 years and you're still arguing about this? Yeah. That's no longer a pebble, in my opinion. I view pebbles as what we have, the disruptions.
Right.
Those are just little pebbles. If you and I were having the same conversation from when we were dating of you made me feel this way, like, why can't you let that go? Right.
But it also depends on if what she's asking or he is asking is even reasonable.
Yeah.
Because if I only post pictures of my motorcycle in politics and you're like, post me on your social media, and I'm like, no.
What if I said, post me with your motorcycle?
I'd be okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I'm obviously not in that situation.
Yeah. But say, okay, because that was a hypothetical you said.
Right.
Motorcycles and politics. What if somebody hit, well, what if I posed with your motorcycle?
Are you wearing like booty shorts, boy shorts, and leather jackets? Like, are you being risque? Because if so, nobody needs to see that. Those are mine. So no, I'm not fucking posting that. If you got his and her bikes, maybe we could post that. Like, it depends on the content of the photo.
Yeah. I would be honest. I would still just say, yeah, but it's just going to be the bikes. You don't see me in those pictures on those bikes.
Right.
I'm literally just posting the bikes.
Right. So there's the type of content that's being posted matters as well. Mm-hmm. In a hypothetical where that's all I'm posting and you want me to post pictures of you, and that's not normally what I do, why are you trying to change who I am as a person to satiate a need that you have in yourself to be on my social media?
Right.
Has it ever happened before? Was the previous relationship posted all over social media? Mm-hmm. And then it ended up blowing up in their face and ended horribly and was a big fucking deal. And now they're like, I ain't never doing that again because every time I log into Facebook, this is what I see.
Yeah, every time I log into Facebook, people are talking about me.
Right.
I'm good on that.
There's a whole lot of stipulations there. 4 years, 3 kids.
I found the problem.
Okay.
I've always been used to being posted and overly posted by my exes. My partner is used to being private and not posting anybody he's been with.
Well, there you go. So you're trying to change who he is as a person to make him like your exes in a relationship that you were in previously that failed.
I was about to say, yeah, those didn't work. They're exes for a reason.
Right.
This is a you problem and you need to let it go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have a family with this man now. You do not want your explanation to your children as to why mommy and daddy aren't together being he didn't post me on his Facebook.
Yep. I was one of those people that would vague book a lot, and like I would post my life and my depression, and like I would vent. It was a way for me to journal without actually having to handwrite things. Mm-hmm. And I realized that as life went on, nobody gives a shit. So when you put that out into the void and you get 4 or 5 people that interact with your shit constantly, like you're giving people an access to your life that don't need to have access to your life.
Right.
Especially if they're not really prevalent in your life. They're onlookers. Mm-hmm. People are looking for drama and, oh my God, I can't believe they did that kind of shit. Like there's no reason for that.
I knew he was fucking going through it. Look at that.
Right. That there's a maturity in me now that I lacked years ago about all of that. And like, I will still post on social media, but I'm not putting my life out there like that. I will talk to the men in the men's group if I'm having like a man dilemma, because now I have people that I can talk to about shit. And I'll talk about business moves and things like that. But for the most part, my social media is, hey, did you guys hear what's happening right now? We're about to go to war with Russia. Like that, I post things that are prevalent to everyone.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think that everybody needs to see what you're doing. Vacation photos and shit. I truly think that having a social media that's locked down that can host your photos for free is dope. Mm-hmm. Because when you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, and you want to look back in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you don't have those photos, it's going to suck.
Yeah.
Because you do want to reminisce. You want to have those times and remember those memories, good or bad. And that's the only upside of that shit. So
back into the email. I find this to be an insecurity for me. He says he doesn't post me because I've never posted anyone else. This statement alone makes me feel insignificant. It makes me feel as though the mother of his 4 children is not above the other people he's dated.
why do you put so much stock into social media?
Hang on. How can we go about this where we're both able to be happy about this situation? Okay, he just said I've never posted anybody else. So if he's never posted the people he's dated,
This is who he is.
you are on par. You're not below.
Right.
You're on the same stature as everybody else, except you
Are
you
married
have children.
and married.
She didn't say they're married.
Oh.
She said we've been together for 4 years and have 3 children.
Okay, well, still, there's 3 kids there.
He had 1 kid with you, and it was like, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's do this 2 more times. I'm in here for the long haul. Like, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
I think that puts you above all of the other girls that he's dated in the past.
Yeah.
You put too much stock into social media.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get off the fucking internet.
Mm-hmm.
Live your life. Put the phone down. Go on a date with your man without your phones.
Yeah.
Actually connect with him. Like, I wonder what the conversations in that household look like.
Yeah.
Did you see what I saw on the internet today? Did you see what I saw on TikTok today? Did you see this on online today? So-and-so online said this today. Facebook did this today. Twitter, Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Where's the sustenance?
I'm so glad that I'm so glad that you and I are so well-rounded as people and we communicate so well that we are now creating a future for our children off of it.
Yeah.
This could be us.
It could be.
This could be me.
That's pettiness, though.
This was me.
It's wild.
I was that chick of, when are you going to post me? Why haven't you posted me? You don't post me enough.
There's a whole lot of self-worth tied to the internet and other people's opinions there.
Yes, there is.
That's insane.
And, you know, it starts with parents recognizing that your kids do not need unfettered access to the internet. Your 6-year-old should not have an iPhone.
No, your 6-year-old shouldn't be on the internet, period.
Your 8-year-old should not have free reign of YouTube.
Agreed.
There should be restrictions. There should be supervision. Parents inadvertently, with their lack of attention and lack of understanding of technology, they are inadvertently damaging their children in the long run.
Yep.
And it's all ignorance.
And then shit like this happens.
Because
you put too much stock on what's happening online.
Oh,
You know that we're going to get to the point where we are going to have virtual reality is going to be much more prevalent than it currently is. We're in the baby phases of that right now.
it's going to be Ready Player One.
And the metaverse already happens. It's already there. People have property in the metaverse. And as that's growing, that's becoming more relevant to the younger generations. Eventually, we're going to be the ones who've never been on that.
Right.
But there will be people that dictate their entire existence based off of a false reality. This is how it starts.
Yeah.
Your internet presence has nothing to do with your real life.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't. And if you put all of your stock into what's happening as to what's going online, this says a lot about how you feel about your self-worth. I need validation from the rest of the world to make me feel like something. That's bullshit.
It really is. You know, I have a time in the day where I have about an hour where I just sit down and I read. I put on lo-fi music and I learn something. And I'm reading the 4 Agreements again and I'm continuing it. And one of the chapters is don't take things personally. And I've heard that a lot over the last few weeks. And I think a book just saying it so straight to my face, I'm like, okay, so I really clearly am struggling with something right now. I can't remember where I was going with this, but really it boils down to you can't even take yourself so personally. Like the negative thoughts in your head, the negative affirmations of I'll never be good enough. I'm not worth it. Nobody cares about me. When I took it in that term, I was like, oh fuck, like it really, I never thought about it in that way. This not posting me, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this because I'm picturing it in my mind. My mind is very strange. It's colors and abstracts and pictures. So trying to translate pictures into words can be difficult sometimes. So in not taking things so personally, like not getting posted on social media when you have a fucking family together, this really does boil down to her insecurity of, I'm not good enough. There's another woman out there who's better than me, is going to take him from me. Don't take your negative thoughts so personally. Let it come and go. And that's something I've really been working on. And I think today I'm feeling a lot better than I have.
On that 4 agreements topic, not taking things personal, life does not happen to you. Life happens.
Right.
When life happens to me, why did this happen to me? Oh God, why me?
Right.
That victim mentality that comes along with it is you taking everything on a personal level, thinking that the universe is out to get you.
Kind of.
Life is going to happen one way or the other.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You either make it an opportunity and rise to the occasion, or
Right.
you become a victim.
Okay.
So like that, I don't take things personal.
Okay.
Like even when I do shit for people and it blows up in my face, I don't take it personally. I'm like, okay, you showed me your character. Fuck you as a person.
Right.
But it's not, oh my God, I can't believe they did this to me.
Yeah.
So like, it's not a personal thing. And maybe that's what the issue is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's taking it personal. And it could be that you're right. Maybe she thinks that her man is the fucking catch of the century. And because he's not posting his woman on there, that other women might think he's available.
Women think that taken men are still available.
Well, we know that to be true because
Right.
there's a whole fuck married men thing going around on TikTok right now. Like literally, like women are trying to sleep with married men. That's a game being played on TikTok right now. Yeah. It's disgusting.
Feminism.
Yeah.
I want to add on to your taking things personally. So just an example, like say you're having a BPD episode and you get shitty with me. Even in that moment, I can't take that personally because that's a reflection of your mental state.
Right.
That's not a me problem. And you always come back and you apologize. And that's where the harmony comes into how I'm not able to take it personally.
Right. Because it's not me trying to be.
Right.
Right.
But in reading it's a reflection of the person. The way that he said it in the book just made it click for me, and it makes a lot of sense. So I do agree that life doesn't happen to people. It just happens.
Right. It could be that it's happening because it's a reactionary event of things that you have done.
Oh, the consequences of my actions.
Right. Could be karma. Could be a whole lot of things.
Karma's feisty.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
You think that you're going to get out of this life unscathed, you're wrong.
Yeah, and your karma doesn't just affect you.
Right.
I was a I was a really shitty woman. I was a really shitty wife. And even though the divorce of my first marriage and the separation, the kids have the best situation possible of that, they are still living with the consequences of my actions and my choices. Right. And it's the fact that they now have 2 homes and they have 2 families to go to versus just having a mom and a dad. But I'm still trying to do right by them. So.
Right, but that's the exact prime example of what I was talking about with life happening not to you. It just happens.
Right.
Because your life happened.
Right, and the kids
are
they
a
just
byproduct.
have a byproduct.
Right. They shouldn't take that personal. Kids do. Oh my God, why did mommy and daddy leave? What did I do? Kind of thing. But
someone knocked on the door. I think it's your food.
All right, so my food just got here, and I was getting ready to eat, but we're 26 minutes in, 27 minutes in-ish, so let's go ahead and bang out one more, and then I'll eat. That way we can call it a day. It's already 1 o'clock. Might as well just get this over with.
Okay. My back is bothering me, so I'm adjusting my body.
My final thoughts on that social media thing is if he's a private person and doesn't want to post you on his internet, but is living
life with you.
Right. And you go to outings with him and you know his friends and everything is going good, except the fact that he doesn't give a shit about social media like you do, and don't try to force that.
Yeah.
You can't change people. There are a lot of people out there that truly hate social media.
Yeah. I am one of those people.
Yeah.
All right. This one is titled Terms of Endearment.
Okay.
Hi, guys. My partner often uses terms of endearment such as darling and sweetheart when addressing other women in front of me.
Is he Southern?
I don't know.
That matters.
I don't know. It does say darling instead of darling.
Yeah, it matters. He's Southern. Okay.
I have continuously expressed to him that it bothers me. However, he keeps doing it. He responded with, "It's just the way I am." Even though I do not cause a scene when it happens, I just let him know that it happened, and I drop the subject almost immediately to avoid an argument. It does bother me and it does upset me and almost feels like a punishment in a way.
Why?
I'm not sure if I'm overreacting and should just accept it.
Why would that feel like a punishment?
Because he keeps doing it.
Right. Well, I keep saying the F word. And if you were like, I really hate that you say the F word, and it's been 43 years of my existence where I've used the F word like a comma,
Right.
it's not going to just stop. It's habitual. And for Southern men and women, darling and sweetheart is normal fucking vernacular.
Right.
And when that is normal behavior and that's what you've grown up seeing and everyone does it, it's going to be real fucking hard to change that behavior.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
You know, I have said that there was a gentleman who called me love in a text message. I've been friends with him, and I was like, look, this makes me uncomfortable. Please don't do that. That is a separate conversation versus I'm walking through Walmart and a gentleman goes, "Excuse me, darling."
Right. That wouldn't bother me.
Right. I want to clarify that. So I have had older gentlemen compliment me all the time. They love my hair, my tattoos, my face. And I was walking through Walmart looking at cups, and there was this guy, you could tell he was a Southern boy, cowboy hat on, probably rode a motorcycle in there, nice and tan. And he was like, "Sweetheart, I love your hair," whatever he said. And I was like, "Thank you." And he kept walking.
Right.
I don't think he was trying to hit on me. I don't think he was being inappropriate. That was an older gentleman just wanting to give a young lady a nice compliment for the day.
And just went about his life.
Right. So my question to her is, what does he call you?
Right. Right. That's a real good question. Because he's calling you darling and sweetheart and calling everyone else the exact same thing, I could see how you have a problem with it.
Right. If he's calling you baby, toots, sexy mama.
Toots.
Yeah. If he has something that he calls you, but every other woman is darling, baby, I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah. You call me woman.
Right.
And I love it. It makes me feel so feminine. That is, I don't know. That's me. I'm your woman.
Right.
I take pride in that. If I heard you call another woman, in that moment, I could see why you would second guess buying me that knife set.
That's funny.
So this is one of those situations where if he has a name that he calls you that is reserved only for you, I would view this as overreacting a little bit.
Right. I would too.
If y'all were dating, say they've been dating for a while, and Southern dudes drink, so I would assume a Southern dude is with.
Wait a minute. Oh, why is it that just because we're Southern we drink?
Majority of the Southern men I know drink. Correcting myself. Okay, let me set the scene then. Redacting.
Yeah, I need you to clarify
Okay.
where you're going with this.
So I'm gonna say it the way I'm seeing it in my mind. Scene. There's those twinkling lights in a bar outside, bunch of country folk, men in cowboy hats, women in their cowboy boots, Daisy Dukes, doing the thing, maybe honka-tonk playing. Honka-tonk badonka-donk specifically. And everybody's getting it. And them as a couple are there doing the footloose. I don't do lineup. I'm not Southern like that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not. I have line dance before though.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Footloose had a whole dance to it. And when I found that out from a bunch of Tennessee kids, I got schooled. But the scene is there, and they're drinking, and they're having fun in a country setting. And I'm sure he was calling people darling.
I'm sure he was.
Was it a problem then? Or is it a problem now because it's solidified that you're his woman and you're a little bit insecure because he might be an attractive man, another woman might take that a certain way?
Right. Here's a thought, too. Does he do it to all women?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right? Because...
if he's only saying it to petite blonde women.
Right. It's different because it's flirting.
Yeah.
But if that's just his vernacular and the way he talks to women, it matters. And I'm willing to go as far as to say, even if he doesn't do it to all women, if they're past a certain age, I bet he says, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
there is a time and place for the way that Southern men are. Again, this is assuming he's Southern.
Right, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know the way that all of my family speaks and the way that I was brought up and the way that I talk.
Right.
That's normal.
Yeah.
I had to unlearn that shit. I had to learn the right way to say shit because my family has a Southern twang.
Right.
Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't have that. I guess I do because when I go out of town, people are like, love your accent. I'm like, I'm from Florida. I don't have a fucking
I get that
accent.
too.
But apparently we do.
Yeah, I get that too.
But like there are things like the word cement.
Yeah.
I spent hours in front of a mirror saying the word cement. So that cement.
Yeah. I also say crick.
Yeah. We caught that on an episode the other night.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of words that are like that for me that I had to teach myself how to say it properly because that's what I grew up hearing. It was normal. So, I think that people put too much stock in things that don't matter.
I think people need to work on their self-worth.
Yeah.
I had to. You are, whether you want to believe it or not, a very attractive man.
I don't see that, but okay.
I know. I
You
addressed
prefaced it.
it,
I
so
know
you
you
didn't
did.
have to say it, fucker.
I still felt the need to say it.
Of course you did, because you're self-loathing.
I'm a realist. It's not self-loathing.
It is self-loathing.
It's not. It's not self-loathing.
You're a 6-foot tattooed covered tattoo artist and a body piercer.
That doesn't mean
the amount
anything.
of women who have hit on you.
Yeah, because they want free shit.
No, it's not that they want free shit. It's an amalgamation of things. Either way, you are a man who has something that women want, whether it be
Money,
your physical strength,
my job, something I can
free
provide for
tattoos,
them.
whatever it is.
Right. Things that have nothing to do with my appearance.
Huh?
How's that for conflict? I could see you getting frustrated, so I winked to calm it down.
Do you need anything? Where I was going with that was, whatever it is, you have something that women want, and they will use flirtation, their looks, whatever they can, even knowing you're married, to try and get that from you because they think they can. And I can't remember where I was going with any of that. I had to learn. I got it back. I got it back after I thought, fucker. It does something in me like TV static. Like, you short circuit me. Number 5 is alive. Like
Johnny 5 is alive. That's funny.
Oh my gosh. But I had to learn that self-worth in myself because I hold you to such a high stature. You are a very valuable person. You are a very valuable soul. You have something vast majority of humanity doesn't. And because I hold so much in you, I recognize that shitting on myself and thinking that another woman can just swoop in and take my place is offensive to you.
And it creates a whole lot of unnecessary problems.
It does.
So imagine this, right?
Right.
You and I are out to dinner or lunch because we do lunch dates sometimes.
We do.
Let's say we drive an hour somewhere to sit down and have food. And in the rare occasion, I hit thank you, darling, when they bring the soda, right? And you make a scene about it.
Yeah. I can't believe you just did that.
Right. And it ruins our lunch and ruins our day, knowing that I was just being polite, that there was nothing there other than that.
It's probably autopilot.
Sometimes it is. There are times where the shit flies out of my mouth and I have to reel it back in. I call our 3-year-old darling. Yeah. Every time she's pops, what do you want, darling? Every time. Like, that's normal vernacular for me.
Right.
But I also say yes, ma'am, to the woman at the fucking drive-thru, whether she's 20 or 30 or 50 or 60. Like, I am a Southern man. So, but in the event that we're out at lunch and that became a thing and you were like, I told you that's a problem. Even if that was the whole thing, the entire lunch date is now ruined because I know that I just offended you on our lunch date with me being polite to this other person, not trying to do anything other than just talk the way that I've always talked.
Right.
Here you are with me, 2 hours in a vehicle, round trip to get food so that we can have a nice lunch date because you are the person that I want to be sitting down with
Right.
having lunch.
I'm here having conversation with you, paying for your food.
Right. Not theirs.
Right.
And you choose to make a scene or make an issue over something that is not an issue otherwise. Now, if the server came over and set my drink on the table, I'm like, woman, thank you. I could see how that would be a problem for you because that is something that I talked to you with. Or if I was like, thanks, babe. Like, you know what I mean? That could be a problem. That's a very different scenario than Southern slang.
The crazy in me would get on all fours on that table and lean in real close to you and be like, try again.
I kind of want to test this now because seeing you on all fours in a restaurant on a table kind of does it for me. Okay, it really does it for me. We're going to get kicked out of a restaurant. Fuck. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, fuckers. Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with you. And the reason I made that point was because if those are your pet names and he is calling other people your pet names, that's a problem. Otherwise, it's just the way he talks. Don't take the shit personal.
I'd pick up the drink and hand it back to her and be like, 1 second.
Can you walk away and come back with this so that he can try that again?
And I want you to stand across the room and watch what's about to transpire.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. How funny would that be if that was actually your response?
It would be.
You pick the cup up, hand it back to her, and be like, can you walk back here in a minute and try that again? I need to talk to my husband.
I'll give you the signal.
That's funny.
When you hear me go, he's got it. Come back.
That would suck so bad if a dude was in that position, but that shit would be funny as fuck sitting at the next table. Like to just
you best believe every single man in that fucking restaurant just learned a lesson.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Check.
Can we pay for their meal?
Yeah. That's funny.
You want to do another one?
We're at 40 minutes and my food's getting cold.
Okay.
So let's wrap it up. And I mean, you got to go get the kids in an hour anyway. So
I do.
With that being said, guys, remember you are the author of your own life.
So grab a pen.
And we will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.